My name is Joe Bart, and honestly, I used to hate working. Homework annoyed me. Revision felt pointless. Every time teachers talked about GCSEs, I switched off. They'd say stuff like, you need to think about your future. But future me felt like someone else's problem. Most days, I'd get home from school, throw my bag on the floor, eat something, then spend hours gaming or scrolling on my phone. Every night, I'd tell myself, I'll start revising tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. My predicted grades weren't great either. Teachers kept saying I had potential, which just annoyed me because it felt like another way of saying, you're wasting it. Deep down, I knew they were right, but I didn't care, or at least I pretended not to. Then something happened. Exactly 1 week before my GCSEs, I overheard my mom talking in the kitchen. She didn't know I was there. I'm worried about Joe, she said quietly. He's smart, but he just doesn't try. I don't want him to regret this later. I don't know why, but hearing that hit me hard. I stood there frozen. For the first time in ages, I actually felt scared. Not because of exams, but because I suddenly realized I was running out of time. And the worst part, I knew I had nobody to blame except myself. The truth is, I wasn't avoiding revision because I was lazy. I was avoiding it because I was scared. Scared that if I actually tried, I'd still fail. Because if you never try, you can always lie to yourself and say, I could have done well if I wanted to. That night was different. Instead of getting on my Xbox, I opened a math revision video. I barely understood any of it. I wanted to quit after 10 minutes, but I didn't. Then I revised science. Then English. I'm not going to lie, the first few days were horrible. I felt behind on everything. My brain hurt. I kept thinking, what's the point? I should have started months ago. But then I started understanding little things. A maths topic clicked. A science question finally made sense. An English quote stayed in my head. And weirdly, for the first time in years, I actually felt proud of myself. I stopped caring what everyone else was doing. Some people were saying, it's too late anyway. But I kept thinking, even if I improved by 1 grade, that's still better than giving up. When GCSE week came, I was still nervous. I wasn't perfectly prepared, not even close. But I walked into every exam knowing something I'd never felt before. I had actually tried. Results day came, and I was convinced I'd failed. I remember staring at the paper in my hands, then reading it again and again, because somehow I'd actually done all right, better than anyone expected, better than I expected. I got into college, and that's when everything changed. Because once I proved to myself that I could change, I stopped quitting on myself. I worked harder, started learning new skills online, tried different ideas, failed at loads of things. But this time, I didn't give up. Years later, I became successful, not because I was naturally gifted, but because I finally understood something important. You don't change your life overnight. You change it when you stop making excuses and start doing the hard things, even when you don't feel like it. And the crazy thing, the week that changed my entire life started just 7 days before my GCSE.